What's up, y'all? So today I'm coming at y'all with a full haircut tutorial. We're gonna do a mid-taper. We're gonna keep the curves. Right now we're just doing a little consultation. We're just seeing what he want exactly and stuff, because he been growing his hair. He been woofing for a minute. So we seeing exactly what he want, and we, making sure that we understand. First thing we're gonna do is pick the hair. Pick it out. He said he gonna keep it and sponge it, so we're gonna go ahead and pick it out and comb it out. We're gonna get all the hairs up off the scalp, so that make it easier for it to feed into the teeth of the clippers. First thing first, we're gonna start off with that back tape. I start off with my fabulous liners to put that first guideline in. We're gonna go straight across and clean everything up at the bottom of it. After that, we come in with our clipper all the way open. We're gonna make our second guideline. It's all the way open. We're gonna go up about a half an inch because he wanted a mid taper, so not too high but not too low. So we're gonna go in about a half an inch, making sure that we feed that hair into them teeth with the comb. Then I go ahead and throw that 1 1/2 guard on there. This is just a debulk to knock all the hair that we're gonna fade. We're gonna knock that down to where we blend it right into his afro. So we just going in and we flicking out because we don't want to make another harsh line. This is just us debulking, just so the rest of the fade could feed right into his hair at the top, right into his afro at the top. Then I go ahead and I put my 1 guard on there, and we're gonna go ahead and blend that second line right there. We're gonna go ahead and blend that in. It's all the way open, as I'm showing you, all the way open to blend that line into the debulking that we just did. Then I went ahead and I closed it halfway, because we was just softening that line up. But I closed it halfway, and as you can see, it's blending a little bit better. You don't want to close it all the way, because closing it all the way gonna take way more hair off. And remember, you can always take more hair off. You can't put it back. So it's best to go open halfway, then close. Then I go ahead and take the guard off, and then we're going to close the clipper all the way to knock out that bottom line that we put in with the trimmer. It's been one of those nights I ain't had in a minute. It's been a minute, had to pop a shoe to recreate the feeling. But it's never the same as the first time we did. And then I just went ahead and opened it right there, just to get any of the little dark spots that I see. Is really just detail work. Any of the dark spots that I might see, I just open the clipper and knock that out. But ultimately, we just closed the clipper and knocked out that bottom line. Then I threw that 0 guard on there, or the 1/16, and I just trigger play, and I just knock out any dark spots that I might see, any imperfection that I might see. I'm just knocking that out, just feathering it, and just trigger playing anything that I might see. I'm just cleaning it up. Then I put that 1 1/2 back on there, and then I down fade it. I'm gonna down fade it and we're gonna up fade it just to debulk a little bit more, because that's really all we're doing, just debulking, just to make that fade look more smoother. Because right now we knocking off the hairs with the grain, now we finna knock them off against the grain, and we literally just making the fade a bit more smoother, doing the same thing that we did before, which is debulking. Now we move into the side, same exact step. You want to make sure that you comb the hair, get it up off the scalp. I put that 1 and 1 hair back on there, and we literally just debulking. Because he said he want a mid taper, I'm debulking the area that I'm gonna have to fade in, and analyzing, making sure not to go too high, because he said he want a mid. First he said he wanted a low, then he said he wanted a mid. I just know he don't want a high. So that hair that's at the top, I'm making sure that I'm differentiating between the hair that needs to be cut and faded and the hair that's here to stay. Then we take our trimmer and we go in a rainbow-like shape, because he said he wanted to keep the C cups, the curves. We're gonna go in a rainbow-like shape.
One of those nights I ain't had in a minute. It's been a minute, had to pop a shoe to recreate the feeling.
Then of course we come back all the way open, and we're gonna just trace that rainbow-like shape again. We're gonna go back over that area all the way open in that same shape. Then I put the 1 guard on all the way open, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna trace that shape, because we really just debulking, because now we getting close to the hair that stays, the hair in the afro. So we just debulking all the way open, knocking down those hairs, blending into the afro, because we don't want that separation. We don't want that huge separation. So we just taking that 1 all the way open, and we stretching that skin, and we getting all of those hairs that need to be cut, we get into it. Then I went ahead and zoomed in for y'all, because I wanted y'all to see me knocking out this second line that we made between that open and that 1. I put that 0 guard or the 1/16 guard on there, and then I just knocked that guideline out. I'm just blending that in. It's a real small area. Like low tapers and mid tapers are hard for me to work with, because it's so minimal for me to work with. After I blend that in, I went ahead and took that guard off, and I closed that clipper all the way to knock down that first guideline that we made. And we just flick at it all the way closed, that rainbow shape that we made with that trimmer. We just flicking at all that and blended it in. One of those nights I ain't had in a minute. It's been a minute, had to pop a shoe to recreate the feeling. But it's never the same as the first time we did it. But I let my guard down for you. Said I put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. Then I go in and I start my lineup prep. Same thing for the front and the back, alcohol, then holding spray. So we going in and we're gonna line up the back, his neck taper, we're gonna line that up. So basically it's pretty self-explanatory. Do not push it in because you can push in a back taper just as well as you could push in a front line. So we just go with his natural lining and we just pass right on over it with the trimmers, knocking off any excess hair. And then when we going by the ear, make sure y'all pull that ear down and use the corner of your trimmers to get around that ear. I could use the full blade because like I'm experienced, but I do not recommend that, especially if you are not experienced. The corner is going to be your best friend. And then you could just go back with the corners, laying it flat, and then knock all the excess off. And of course, what you do to one side, you do to the other side. So I'm not going to voice over for this side. I'm going to kind of let y'all put 2 and 2 together and figure it out.
So I got trouble trusting, but I let my guard down to you. Said I put my guard down to you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said, take your time, what's so rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mother. She said, take your time, what's so rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog. Talking come through, it's time to break it in. 32 live on pants size, cause I'm trying breaking it. New condo, say your name at the front. You can stay if you want. It's been one of those nights I ain't had in a minute. It's been a minute, had to pop a shoe to recreate the feeling. But it's never the same as the first time we did it. First time we did it, but I let my guard down to you. Said I put my guard down to you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said, take your time, what's the rush? Take your time. I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a man. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a man. Take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mother. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mother. I'm a dog, I'm a mother. I can smoke already so cold in my blood, yeah. I see past pretty faces, so I got trouble trusting. But I let my guard down to you. Said I put my guard down to you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mother. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mother. I'm a dog, I'm a mother. No crib talking come through, it's time to break it in. 32 live on pants size, cause I'm trying breaking it. New condo, say your name at the front. You everyone. It's been one of those nights I ain't had in a minute. It's been a minute, had to pop a shoe to recreate the feeling. But it's never the same as the first time we did it. Yeah. But I let my guard down for you. Said I'll put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said take your time, what's the rush? Take your time. I said baby I'm a dog.
And now to start the lineup prep, like I said before, we take the alcohol, we go over the lineup. After the alcohol dry, we take some holder spray and we spray, and then we let that dry. And then once we let that dry, we're gonna start the lineup. The whole point of that is to make sure that all the hairs stay in place and make sure that we are cutting the correct hairs. Then I grab the trimmers and get to work. Make sure you position in your client head to where you can see. I like to start in the middle because that's going to give me a guideline to going left and right. So I start off in the middle, I make the first guideline, and then I just go left or right based off of that. And as y'all can see, he kind of light in his corners, especially because he's growing his hair out now. A lot of the hair standing up. But just because he light in the corners don't mean that you take your trimmer and you dig in that. You want to keep those corners as natural as possible. Do not put those clippers in those corners unless you was directed to do so. Other than that, you just continue to ghost line it, act like there is hair there, and line it as if there's hair there. Then we go to the vertical bars. Don't be afraid to turn your client. Tell your client to turn so where you could get the correct measurements. Ain't nothing like pushing a good old vertical bar back. We don't want that. Then moving on to his curve or his C-cups. His C-cups was not really overgrown. I could clearly see where they are. So it was pretty self-explanatory. But you want to always make sure you're following a natural pattern unless told differently, because nothing is like pushing back vertical bars and C-cups. They're very noticeable, especially when it's growing back.
It's been one of those nights I ain't had in a minute. It's been a minute, had to pop a shoe to recreate the feeling. But it's never the same as the first time we did it. Yeah. But I let my guard down for you. Said I'll put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said take your time, what's the rush? Take your time. I said baby I'm a dog. She said take your time, what's the rush? I said baby I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a mind.
So I got him together all natural off camera. I went ahead and cleaned it up a little bit more with the razor, but he did want enhancements because of his light corners. So I went ahead and grabbed my enhancement gun and my card, and I made sure to keep a safe distance away from his head and the enhancements to make sure that we're not overspraying or making sure that it doesn't look natural. Then I took my barber pencil and I went ahead and I traced over his hairline just to make it pop a little bit. I made sure that I sharpened it. It's best to lay it down so you can get that thick line rather than having a thin line, because it'll be easier to blade and it'll be easier to blend in. After the pencil, I went ahead with my other trimmers and blended that pencil right on in.
You can stay if you want. It's been one of those nights I ain't had in a minute. It's been a minute, had to pop a shoe to recreate the feeling. But it's never the same as the first time we did it. But I let my guard down for you. Said I'll put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said take your time, what's the rush? Take your time. I said baby I'm a dog.
And of course, after that blending, I went ahead and I blended it all the way in with the razor. The razor is gonna get each and every hair that the clipper couldn't get, each and every piece of pencil. It's gonna do what it needs to do. The razor is top tier and essential and should be included in every haircut. And of course, I went back and did a little bit of detail work. Like any little spot that I might see, I'll just go ahead and trigger play, use the corners. Anything that I might see that needs some touch-up work, that's what I do. Ignore Respucia in the background. But I'm getting his mustache together. When it comes down to the mustache, it's definitely about client preference. Like some of them would like to leave it thick, some of them want it very thin. All about client preference. Just make sure you're getting the hair up off the lips, and when it comes down to thick or thin, that's what determines how far down you go at the top of the mustache. The mustache work actually comes with practice. It's nothing that I can really explain. It just has to be practiced with. But pretty easy once you get it down.
She said take your time, what's the rush? I said baby I'm a dog, I'm on money. She said take your time, what's the rush? I said baby I'm a dog, I'm on money. I'm a dog, I'm on money. No crib talking come through, it's time to break it in. 32 live on pants size, cause I'm trying to break it in.
And then with the lineup, I just go over everything, making sure everything is blended. Some of them don't like the pencil blended all the way in, so I make sure that I do my best with what they tell me. I'm knocking down some hangover hairs. There's hairs that's hanging over because he has an afro and because we picked it out and because we got to sponge it. There's little hairs that might be hanging over that I go ahead and I chop off, just to make sure that his lineup is crispy and make sure that he is satisfied. Then I go in with some mousse. It's no particular mousse. Mousse is mousse in my opinion. I just put in some mousse and I go ahead and I sponge it to give it that moisturized look and to hold the curls a little bit longer. After that, I go ahead and spray some oil sheen, some aftershave, and this is the final look of the cut. This is a mid-taper, keeping the curves with enhancements. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all on the next one.